Hello and welcome to Let's Play Endless Space 2, Series 7, Episode 99. I'm JC Proton, and we're picking up at turn 257, playing Standard Faction of Horatio on Endless Difficulty. We have 110 systems under our control. You see I'm the green here, have three constellations going, and so I just counted there are, I think, 63 star systems with planets that I don't have yet. So I'm almost 2/3 of the way done conquering the galaxy. So currently my population is willing to support 61 systems, or I guess colonies, outposts, whatever. But we have 110, so we are over colonized, and that means we have an over colonization penalty of 10 for everyone that we're over. So we have a minus 490 from over-colonization, and we have recently colonized. We have a plus 1150. So we are using the approval of the new colony law. That gives you a plus 25 bonus for 10 turns to temporarily do a rapid expansion, essentially. So anyway, in this turn, we're going to be expanding some more. We're going to be capturing 7 more star systems. 4 from the Sophons. We're going to take Incandescence, Arcturus, Alcyone, and Taurus. Bundus, we only got sieged halfway down. We're a little bit short on siege ships, so I'm flying some down that I had from up here. It's like I have more fleet than I need down here as far as battle fleet, but I don't have enough siege ships. And up here I have more siege ships than I need, but I'm a little short on battle fleet. So kind of wrestling a little bit with that imbalance. I'm going to be doing so these are the siege fleets I have on the way from here heading down to the south. And I'm going to do the Wormhole Trick over here from DB. Let me grab 5 of those, I think. I don't think I moved them over yet. No. Okay. Also, I'm going to be capturing 3 Lumeris systems. I'm going to be capturing Forus, Zinnius, and their capital, Rookbot, whatever. Still a little under. It's definitely a little under the weather. So I'm gonna try to keep this episode a little shorter. We don't really have any big fleet battles happening. There's some skirmishes, but nothing really major. And I also want to discuss something it's pretty cheesy, man. In market manipulation. It's definitely a thing. It's certainly cheesy. It feels kind of exploity, but I think it's working as intended by design. But it just, I don't know. It's cheap. So let's jump into the market thing first. So last turn in the last recording, I had a whole bunch of my systems were producing. You see, this dust output is 2036, right? And I was had a bunch of the systems, a bunch running like around 20 or so. We're producing this emergency labor policy. And so my dust production, instead of plus 68,000, was, I want to say it was well over 100,000. Let's see, where did it go? There it is. So if I put that in the queue at the top, now suddenly I'm producing whatever, 6.7 thousand instead of 2,000. So if you multiply that across like 20 systems or whatever, it's an extra 100,000 dust or something like that. The result was the dust inflation was times 33. Now it's times 2.51, right? And the cost, if I wanted to upgrade these, was like 200,000. It was certainly 6 digits. It was at least 100,000, maybe 200,000. Now you see it's 17, 18,000. So, and selling resources, you see the prices for luxuries spiked and dropped. Strategics, the same thing. and if I want to sell my resources, um, I get a lot less for them now than I did before. So you have the opportunity basically to manipulate the market. If you have low dust production, then the prices are low, so you can buy the resources cheaply. And then you can crank up your dust production to be really high and then sell resources at a high price. Um, so I think that applies to all the prices. So um, if you're doing build queues and you're buying things out, it'll be a lot cheaper to do it when your dust production is low. And then if you're wanting to sell the ships that you've made into the market or sell resources or whatever, then you do it when your dust production is high, and that drives the prices up through inflation. So feels kind of exploity, but so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it as kind of an example, and it's late in the game at this point. It won't really impact the game that much, I don't think. But I'm going to go ahead and level up these freighters. So right now, for example, I'm at plus 196 blue cap production, and this is my endless foundries are 41.8. Meta and Tactigen is plus 22.2. I'm going to go ahead and crank these up a few levels. Take those to level 20. And you can see this is crazy, right? Okay. Now I'm at plus 211. Blue cap, plus 43.6 endless foundries, and plus 23.9 meta and Tactigen. Excuse me. So I think what I'm going to do as far as that's just gonna increase the rate, and then these trade routes. You see, this also went up. It went from 60s, whatever it was, 60 something thousand to now it's 75 because they're earning more dust than they were. So it may be counterproductive to level these up because it drives up your dust inflation. We'll see what it ticks over to on the next turn. We'll see what it goes up to. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to point that out. In this very game, I struggled quite a bit with dust until I started building trade routes. And as soon as I built trade routes, within a few turns, I was no longer struggling with dust. I had enough income that I was solvent. My empire was solvent. Okay, so that was the main things I wanted to point out. We're still working on the Siander's Gambit. We have Admiral at these various locations. We have 6 systems of the lodestone systems patrolled by our admirals with fleets. This one just completed a Imperator, which I'm going to go ahead and send over here, and this one will have an Imperator done next turn. And when he comes out, then I'll send him over here too. Let's go ahead and let's do the Wormhole Trick over here at Trime. So we have 5 fleets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me make room. Need to have at least 1 space available. Okay, so we'll take both of these and we'll add them to this fleet of 25. That one and these. Okay, so we have 5 fleets. All right, let's grab 5 sentries. All right, we'll take them over here. And excuse me. And if you haven't seen me do it before, essentially, when you go through a wormhole, that movement uses 100% of the remaining movement for the fleet. But your fleet only uses the amount of movement that remains on the slowest ship in that fleet, or not the slowest, the ship in the fleet that has the lowest amount of movement remaining. Excuse me. Okay, hopefully I can get through this recording. So you see these sentries only have 2 movement left because they flew over from DB. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge them in, one of them into each of these fleets of siege ships so that it reduces the movement speed. See, this fleet has a movement of 12. I merge them together, and now they only have a movement of 2. So when they go through the wormhole, it'll only use 2 movement. And those ships have about 12, so they'll still have 10 movement left over to keep moving after they go through the wormhole. Alright, so we're going to take all those, fly to Pavo. And I'm doing this just because I'm trying to get these siege ships, get them moved to where they'll be useful faster. It's definitely very micromanagey, and it's not for everyone. But if you're willing to put in the time and the clicks, then yeah, it's an option that you can do. See, there's no movement left here. And you see the siege ships have 9 movement left. The sentry has no movement left. I remove him from the fleet, and now those fleets have a movement of 9 available. So I'll move those further down here towards Artemis or Columbia. You can see the Riftborn have a fleet inbound into, it looks like Andromeda, maybe? Maybe he's going to start sieging there. It would make sense because he does have systems adjacent to that. So maybe Riftborn are going to jump in on the Sophon action as well, looks like. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do these invasions. Let's get those knocked down. So Forest has no defenders, Zinnius has no defenders, and Rickbot has no defenders. So we'll go ahead and get those rocked out here. Okay. Looks like we won it. That was okay, they did draft. So when they draft, they take 1 unit of citizens, a population, turn them into troops. Okay, we're going to occupy the system. no population there. Not a lot of improvements. Oh, and look, in that the scrapped improvement. Look, it's only worth 641. Remember, we were doing other ones. They were like 7,000 or 15,000 or something like that. So again, that's related to the dust inflation. I guess maybe I'll wait to scrap these then. Nah, I'll just go ahead and do it. If I really wanted to min-max it, I would wait, but I'm not going to wait. Zinnias will go ahead and invade. You need to watch. The battles are all going to look the same. So I don't really see the point in doing more than one, showing more than one battle. At least per faction I'm going against, right? Like the Lumeris fights should all pretty much look the same. No population, will occupy. Alright, Zinnias. Some pretty good stuff. Expanded Mines is good. Miners Union is good. Cool. And we'll have that helps us out a little bit with more orichalcics, which is a thing that we want. Speaking of having more orichalcics and more, let's buy some antimatter. Why not? Let's buy like 30. Cool. Yeah, it's cheap now, right? All right, and then let's jump in and take a Rookbot. And this is the home system of the Lumeris, and looks like we took it no problem. Not a lot of destruction. That's great. Whole bunch of different populations are there. Alright, let's take a look at it. Ooh, they have microwave pipes there. They have a Denark University. Intensive cultivation. Intergalactic supermarket. Yeah, they got some unique buildings here. Great. Nice. I tend to scrap the buildings that the exotic rations and patriot pills, because they are increasing the amount of food that go into manpower, into troops, basically. And I would prefer to have that food as food, or have that food after you build a super biofuel factory, then that food becomes industry when the system is at maximum population through this system improvement right here, super biofuel factory. So that's why I tend to scrap those. Let's check these messages real quick here. High Serenity program. Won't be building that, I don't think, or that very often. These were the improvements that we built in our systems. See, we're building fleets, building military fleet, and the various system improvements, some autonomous administration, upgrading, doing some terraforming, upgrading populations into Horatio. Things that aren't Horatio that are better if they're Horatio, I'm upgrading them. Speaking of autonomous administration, I think since I'm at about 24 meta and tactigen production, and that's what it takes to do one level of modernization 4, and you have to be at level 4 modernization to build autonomous administration. And by building autonomous administration, that makes this number go up by 1. Just so I don't max it out, I think I'm going to go ahead and start building 1 autonomous administration per turn. So the way I'll choose to do that is I'll be looking, or I guess, so I'll be upgrading a level 3 colony to a level 4 colony every turn. So the way I make that decision is I just sort by industry, and whichever is the highest industry colony 3, then that one's going to get promoted to a 4. So I'm just going to scroll down through here looking for a 3. And I'll just do this once. Every turn from here on out in the game, I'll upgrade them. Okay, so BN looks like our winner. And you can do it from here. There. So I just put that at the front of the queue. And now we still have 117 left. All right, let's go do the other 3, or I guess the other 4 invasions. All right, so let's go down here to incandescence. We'll knock this one out. Gorilla, we'll watch 1, and then all the subsequent ones we won't. It's a pretty looking planet. They did a draft which converts one population into 100, I think it's 175 troops or manpower, planetary troops, something like that. And we're going to occupy. Okay, and we have outpost ships en route. One's going here, one's going here. We'll be starting outposts there at both of those systems. To do that, we have to, I believe we can't establish the outpost when it's within the influence radius of opponents. So we'll have to clear out the systems that have these influence radii, right? So Taurus, Bundus, Alcyone, maybe Tylus, we'll see. Alright, so I guess we'll do Alcyone next. Oh, there's a ship there in orbit. Let's attack that fleet. Let's see. Oh, well, we've got a fleet here. Let's do the quick little fleet battles we have. Not gonna watch that fight. We'll go full reserves. He'll go boom. He's already damaged, so if he retreats, he'll be destroyed. And if he stays, obviously he's going to be destroyed. That's really waiting a long time. Okay, we'll do this fight here. Same deal. His fleet is 11 small ships. They are not damaged, so they'll probably retreat. We'll attack with a big fleet. And we'll choose full reserves. I guess we'll watch it if they fight, but I think they're going to retreat. So I like to use full reserves just because when you have overwhelming firepower, it allows you to fight again. I mean, well, it just allows you to fight again. So when you use that battle tactic, it reduces your offense, but it's fine when you have such an overwhelming edge. All right, so let's go ahead and invade at Alcyon, which is going to be the Sophon capital. So we're invading the Lumeris capital and the Sophon capital the same turn. Cool. Didn't really plan it that way. It just kind of worked out that way. All right, Gorilla. Not going to watch because we're just going to go rolling in there and we're going to crush them. 20 population, 22 improvements. Nice. Should be a pretty nice system. Might have some unique structures there, right? Oh, I gained control of Scorpius. Dude, that's a 4th constellation under my control now. See, Scorpius is green, Cassiopeia is green, Triangulum is green, and Hydrus is green. So I have 4 out of the 5 constellations are technically under my control. Cool. Alright, and let's take a look at Alcyon and see what the system looks like. This is the Sophon's home system. Hekim is their home world. Got some good structures here. Patriot pills, exotic rations. We'll scrap both of those. Everything else can stay. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and take Arcturus next. Okay, we've occupied Arcturus. Pretty nice. Cool. Get more strategic resource production. And I think the last one this turn is going to be Taurus. So Taurus we're going to take. More Mavros, great. Okay, we got it. Let's take a look here. Okay, great. 7 more star systems. That puts me at, what is it, 150, 117 now, maybe? 117. So we're at a minus 759, about 760. Recently colonized at plus 1325 right now. Yeah, and I think, if memory serves, I think there were something like 63 more star systems to invade. So we're getting close. We're getting close. I think we'll have everything before the next election. Let's check our population to see what we have that we haven't spliced yet. So we have Nashast, we have Yusho, we have Amblers. The Ambler give influence? No, Amblers give industry and dust. Wow, that's nice. Okay, so we're gonna have to make a point of trying to grow them. I don't know that any of those 3 are we going to be able to get enough to where we can splice them, though, because we need 40 for the next splice. So I will try, but I don't know that whether we may or may not be able to actually get it done before the game's over.
Through your actions, this universe begins to feel like a sanctuary, not a prison. We have a proposal.
Yeah, they don't know that we're going to betray them soon, but refuse. Don't want to help them with science. Speaking of science, science production's at 208,000, and we're gonna, next turn we'll complete the last 2 technologies in the research products in the research tree. It's this one and this one. That's all that's left. We've got everything else researched in the research tree. We had populations that grew. So you can see we've got a lot of population growing in various places. So that's how populations are looking. Sheridan, only that's not too bad. That's not a lot of starvation. 4 systems got starvation. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, cool. That's where we're at, and let's look at the collaborator. So Karha, we're at 15%. Indusa, we're at 20. I think we got like 3 systems at 20, 2 at 15, and 1 at 10. And then 4 of them are at 0. This one's Exurbia's at 20. Virex at 0. Lahat's at 15. Nakos is at 10. Mayaz is at 0. Janice is at 20. I think that's all of them. Okay, I think that's everything for the turn. I could maybe buy a little bit more. I might buy a little bit more Orichalcics so that I have a good 5-to-3 ratio type of thing going on. But it's not going to be much, obviously, because I only have 11,000 dust left. And I'll go through here and also do some more system upgrades. Anything that is a 1, a colony 1, I upgrade to a 2 right away. And then I promote from 2 to a 3 based on industry. Whoever needs the upgrade more gets gets it first. So like this one is really low, so this 2 is going to go to 3. This 2 is going to go to 3. I think it takes 60 to go from 2 to 3, so I'm only going to do 1 since I'm going to start doing a level 4 modernization every turn. Okay, so I think that's everything major. I'll do the rest of the stuff off camera. I'll be moving some populations around, trying to maximize growth. You see these formerly unvollen systems are continuing to disentwine. Yeah, I think that's about it, man. And we'll see you guys. See you guys in the next video, where we'll have moved up fleets and we'll be sieging more systems and doing more invasions and stuff. I have some more fleet battles and all that good stuff. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.